religion has been an integral part of the American experience from the very beginning.
The Native Americans and how they were engaged, those who were enslaved.
The exact same text, the Hebrew Bible, that was used to advocate for slavery was used to refute it.
Both sides of the Civil War.
Women's equality.
The Civil Rights Movement.
LGBT rights.
There really is no way to separate those deepest values from our civic engagement or our political participation.
So what do you do with that powerful force in human culture? The genius of our First Amendment was
the Establishment Clause and the Free Exercise Clause.
Government was not going to be in the business of promoting or establishing religion, nor was it going to be in the business of oppressing, persecuting, or limiting religion.
But religious freedom is at a crossroads today.
An inflection point.
An extremely polarized time in our nation's history.
The group that wants to push religion, they like the Free Exercise Clause. The groups that want to keep a religion out of public life, they favor the Establishment Clause.
The divisiveness that we see so much today is dangerous.
Right now, I'm terrified.
There is a certain edge to the polarity, the tensions that have developed.
There are large numbers of faithful people in the United States who, despite the fact that they enjoy the religious freedoms that the country gives us, don't necessarily want that freedom for other people. But there are also a number of people in the United States who want to wash away the enormous, incredible history of diverse religious experiences that has made this country what it is.
The misuse of the concept of religious freedom threatens to break us apart.
Our country is grappling with the tension in religious freedom.
It is a delicate balance.
I like the idea of a perfectly tuned violin string. I think that captures exactly the ideal.
If you loosen it too much, if you remove faith from the public sphere, then you can't make any music. The string itself becomes useless. But if you tighten it too much, if you go too far towards one particular religion over the others, then the string can snap. But the perfect expression of a violin is multiple strings all tuned differently, playing together in perfect harmony.
Each religious perspective granted a hearing within the life of the Republic, and one not granted a stronger sense of access to government than another.
That is what the promise of America's religious freedom is all about.
What we have here in this country is really important. Many of us understand what that means. I think there are others who don't understand what's at risk.
There is a crisis of public understanding.
In a country that allows for both and all of that, how do you keep that violin in tune? Right now, there's no place to celebrate that and investigate it. Where do we go to assess what that music should be that doesn't have repercussions?
This museum offers to step into that crisis.
We're building the National Museum of American Religion so that we can provide the opportunity for people to learn how that coexistence enriches us rather than debilitates us.
We need to know where each other are coming from. We need to know how we arrived at where we are. And only by knowing where we've been can we chart where we're headed. And that's why a museum such as this is of vital importance.
The National Museum of American Religion is a place for us to better understand what religious liberty has meant, means now, and can mean in the future.
If we do not continue to return to and reflect on and recommit to those ideals, they are easily lost.
We need to know our history, and we need to have the conversations that are required.
There's nowhere in the world at any other time where I could have the freedoms that I have here. I'm not the only kind of person out there who can say that.
Religious freedom is a value that we should all cherish, whatever our faith or whether we have no faith, because it guarantees us equal access to the fruits of the nation.
The American experiment works only if we can find unity in our diversity. And we're only going to become more and more religiously diverse. And so now more than ever, it is absolutely vital that we have a single place, an institution, a museum, where people of all faiths and people without faith can come together to learn about each other
and to celebrate religious freedom as enshrined in the First Amendment. We are all Americans, and whether we have different faiths or no faith at all, what unites us is our adherence to the Constitution, and that's a beautiful thing. That's the story I think this museum is trying to capture. That's the music it's trying to record.
If you think it's important, I hope that you'll join us.
Please help us make it a reality.
Join us.
Join us to make that happen.
To let the music of our democracy play out to its fullest potential.